Hello one, hello all. It is the most gothiest ghost of them all, Caspa in the flesh, and it's time for a review of Billy Woods. Kenny Segal-Maps. Kenny Woods is a New York rapper, and this is his latest release, second album with Kenny Segal. Kenny Segal being the producer, Billy being the rapper, and this is definitely another one of those instances where magic happens when Billy touches the mic. Because this man has so many greats under his belt, from History Will Absolve Me, Today I Wrote Nothing, Known Unknowns, Hiding Places, which was the first collab with Kenny Segal. And also you have the collab with More Mother, Brass, which was an excellent record, and Aethiopes. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Now, him and Kenny definitely put out a great project. I did love that project, but I felt like there were times where the production wasn't really as great as it started, but there was a great ending too. But I do feel as the album went on, it definitely dragged on a little bit. But this time around, they are cooking with gas, they are taking fuel, and they are going high, they are getting high, whether that is literally or metaphorically, or proverbially. You helped me out on that one. And yeah, like Kenny's production, his soulful, abstract production really complements Billy's unorthodox spoken word style, which I absolutely love. Like, I feel like with Kenny, there is certainly something that he has that is like the peanut butter to Billy's jelly. Like the soul, the jazz. He just knows how to make it work, and it complements the storytelling that Billy is spitting on here. Now I should probably get into the album, right? Because there's a concept here, in opposed to the last album, which didn't really have a concept, but this one really has a concept, and I feel they really stick the landing. Boom! Another travel reference. Nice. Like Billy is basically rapping about the highs and lows of experiencing tour life. Like whether that be the temptation that comes along, whether it be missing home, whether that be just doing a whole bunch of wild shit and then facing consequences, which we will get into later. Like, I love how Billy is just so poetic on this thing. And on here, he is smoking a lot of weed, getting the munchies, and he is eating on this album, lyrically eating. But yeah, like I said, his poetic bars have like always been on point to me. And they're just accompanied with like this dark comedy that he brings to the table that I just love. The thing with Billy, though, is, like, you really won't get everything at once. Like, it definitely comes to you once you've listened to it again and again and again. Like, there's no, oh, I heard it the first time and now I know. No, you have to go back, you have to listen, really decipher what exactly he's saying here. The opener, like, is great, too. Like, he really shows off his poetic prowess on the opener, where he goes, veneers on the teeth, like, friend, we made it. Breathing gas, I'm a carburetor. Every time good things going, have a good laugh. I remember, God's a hater. Like, that humor right there is just pretty much on point, because it's he's basically saying, like, yeah, like, things are going good, but I know God has other plans, and He doesn't like to see me shine. Pretty much showing how, like, even when he knows things are going well, he just has like this pessimistic view that it could just go landslide downhill like any minute. Like on the opener, Kenwood Speakers. The album starts off where Billy's like observing his surroundings before he leaves to go on tour. He's seeing like shady individuals, crumbling mansions, and even this line where he goes like blue-eyed white walkers, and like having a dinner party with the neighbors. There's a lot that goes into this track, but I'm not gonna give you the whole experience. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I want you to experience this for yourself, and you can see where I'm coming from with this. So if I don't give you like the conclusions to like how each story ends, it's because I want you to listen to it. That's all. I'm just a commentator. The song Soft Landing, I feel, is a bit disjointed, and I know Billy's known for like being cryptic and abstract, but I feel like there could have been more here. I don't feel the production is as strong here, because it says like Billy's like texting his ex, right? And the pilot, we just hear the pilot go like over the loudspeaker, not really adding much to the message here. So I'm like, is this supposed to be a cliffhanger? Is it supposed to be metaphoric? Let me know. But man, as far as features, there is not one weak feature in the bunch here. Like, especially Danny Brown, like on year zero, with one hilariously crass bar after the next, proving that Danny is easily one of the best in the game right now, with these bars like Danny Brown back like skinny white girls, or tell him drive through like 20-piece nuggets, broke like the ice cream machine. You guys are rubbish. And if you've been to McDonald's, you know that the ice cream machine is like always broken, and the guy's broke, no money. So yeah, you get that. You get that line. But Danny is just carries it with like so much charisma, so much character, so much animation, that like he just says like the wildest things. Like he could approach like simple subjects just like Billy, but he adds like a lot of comedy to it. He adds like a lot of character to it. And it just makes me more excited for a solo comeback from Danny Brown. Blue Smoke has like these angular jazz samples, while Billy is basically advising rappers to be wise when signing contracts, so you don't jeopardize your career. Also, I love like the glimmering melodies like in between the horns too. Bad Dreams Are Only Dreams has like this nocturnal jazzy production that really complements the last track, in my opinion, where Billy Woods is just starting to lose who he is a little bit on tour. Like the guilt is starting to get to him, and like he's in these new surroundings. And I love how that correlates like traveling on a plane, like these plane references to this ominous feelings he's been having, like flight like alarm clocks. Alarm clocks break spells, crashed out, search for my own black box in the hills. Like he's just giving you poeticism with pessimism. And again, not going to give you any spoilers, but I'm just basically showing you the genius and the mind state and the theme here that's like going into this. Babylon by Bust, there's this like woozy dreamlike production. Shrapnel like killing it back to back. Like their aggressive flow one after the next is just insane. I love their chemistry on here. I love the dramatic strings where Billy just like savages like this verse. Like I feel like the dramatic strings kind of remind me of something off of like Wu-Tang Forever a little bit. Hangman has like this super gloomy production where he's describing more of his life on tour and rapping about girls, guns, drugs, sex, but again with a poetic prowess. So I feel that's what separates him from others, is because while he is rapping about this, and a lot of rappers rap about this, he's bringing poeticism here. He's bringing something clever, something to like paint a picture with and pull apart from. Like with bars like, I don't sleep, I hover over myself, watching my body survive. Like, dude is just on another level. Also sharing his regrets of things like he's done, and he's just adding more dark humor to it. Like, I keep it real with you. It's things you can't undo. The past, Black's Rubik's Cube, a time lapse running in place like old cartoons. So if you're familiar with old cartoons, you see him like running in place like, you know, like that Shaggy Scooby shit. Baby steps with a lucid has like, who you don't know is the other half of like Arm & Hammer, where he takes like $300 to see a ride. I'm sorry, $300 ride to see a show. I'm sorry, I'm screwing up again. We're doing it raw. Where he's like taking a $300 Uber to go to a show, and like with nothing but his computer, and he encounters this woman who seems to be like completely out there, completely like on some shit. And then Billy comes to the realization that it's an act. And like it's just hilarious because like it just has like a beat solo a little bit, and Billy Woods just stops and says, "Oh." Also, I love how like he takes food and then smoothly transitions it into something sexual. Like it really sticks the landing there. And Billy's just has like these like when Billy raps, like he paints these poetic pictures. And it's not always the prettiest picture either, but he just makes it work. It's so memorable. And it has like these ghostly woodwinds, eerie hook from Benjamin Booker, and it's great. And the lucid just bodies like the last verse. Facetime, where Billy feels like the worst, where he's coming, like when it comes to a relationship with his partner, where he misses her Facetime call and he keeps calling and she declines the call. I'm sure we've all been there. And it has like these really forlorn jazzy production and really sets the mood, and Billy just finds himself in a place of like desolation and missing home, missing his partner, and he's just anticipating her call or text while he should be focused on touring, but he's focused on her. It really shows like a vulnerable side to Billy too, and also with bars like "ready to die, no biggie," like it just shows you how much of a wordsmith like he is. And speaking of wordsmiths, he even proves more in Houdini with like this reference to like getting high and smoking on that good shit. And there's just like this metaphorical description of like the storytelling that goes on here, where it's like a simple concept, but he makes it so profound and engaging. Like, I was high all day, I escaped. And if that's reference to Houdini, who used to like hang upside down and escape from whatever he was contrapted in. Like, we then approach like the last leg of the album, where like he's waiting around having like these thoughtful philosophical verses with A$AP Rock, who just kills it with dizzying flows, charismatic delivery. And Billy, you know, he goes back to his old town, well, his hometown, and he sees the same people, and some people don't remember him, and he has like this really witty bar where he goes like, "Crab in the bucket, how'd I escape the claws?" Like, and also like I love the line where he says like, "I return home, only person that missed me, I mean the cat missed me the most," and new people moving in. And the closer, it's kicked off where he's just rapping from his perspective, and he's basically seeing his kid on the playground, he's with his wife, and he says like this really, really cutting bar where he says, wondering how long he has to live. Like, does he mean in a literal sense? Does he mean that he's wondering how long he has to live with his family and enjoy his time with them before he goes back on tour? You don't really know. So yeah, Billy Woods, Kenny Segal definitely outdid themselves here. Friggin' loved it. I feel Billy's storytelling is great, very cryptic, but not too cryptic to a point where you don't get it. Very creative. Production was fantastic. I'm really feeling a 4.5 out of 5 on this. I really loved it. But if you've given this a listen, what did you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? And why? And leave a comment why. Whether you loved it or hated it. Okay? Billy Woods, Kenny Segal, Maps, Caspa, Gothic Ghost. Till we meet again.